Hey everyone, Jeff Sire from the Practical Drummer here. I was driving today home from work and I had a beat in my head that I had to come out down to the drum lab and get it out of my head. So I heard a song and it was a lot of upbeats, right? So playing the ands on the hi-hat. So basically 1 and 3 on the bass drum, 2 and 4 on the snare drum, you get this. Quarter notes on the left foot, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So all the ands. But what I heard is a more syncopated groove and taking alternating ands between two sound sources, okay? So it's going to challenge your sense of being able to play different things, like an ostinato. Instead of just one sound source, now you have two. It's a little bit more to think about, so it's more challenging. And it sounds a little cooler, right? So I have the stack over here, okay? And I have the hi-hat. So what I want to do is just go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so basically to the left foot, 1 and 2 and ready and play. Okay, which is great because it keeps going. Even if you crash on 1 like I just did, it would be 1 and back to the and here on the hi-hat, right? So that keeps going. All right, so what I tried to do was get a little creative with trying to play different things on top of that, okay? And what I heard was this. So if I hit any duh, 1 and duh, you get that, close sound, right? So I'm going to play the groove and then I'll break it down for you. And then I want to show you a fill, okay? A 30-second note fill. So 1. Okay, so that was the groove. Basically, I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, so 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the bass drum is on the 1 and the and, the 2 and with the left hand over here. Again, when you hit the duh. And it actually makes that close sound automatically because you're closing on 3, right? Which is the downbeat. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and. Okay, so you're hitting that duh, but it's right after the and, right? 1 and 2 and duh. Okay, so you got to kind of figure that out, and it's with the bass drum. 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, I'm adding in some ghost notes as well to fill in some of the time, but I'm not going to go over that today. So again, up to speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I literally just came up with this. Let me try that again. I missed a couple alternations here. I did a duh of 2 and then a duh of 4. Okay, let me just see if I can break this down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there it was. All right, so I slowed it down just a little bit so I could get my brain around it. Now I could increase the tempo now that I have it and I know exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so that's the groove. The fill I want to show you is this. So it's 16th note related. If I double up a 16th note, I get a 32nd note. And what I mean by double up is use a double stroke, okay? So instead of 1 hit on each stick, it's, so 16 notes would be this. 1 E and 2 if I double each of those notes, I get 30-second notes. Okay, so up to speed. Okay, so most of those notes were very clean. I think the last two were a little bit muddy, okay? So you got to really practice double strokes if you don't know how to do it. I've made a video months ago about how to do a double stroke. It's a push-pull technique that I use. But if you've got that unlocked, this is what I want to do. It's pretty cool. You want to just go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Okay, so that's the fill. But now I want to double the E's and the ands, the E's and the ands, every ghost note on the snare drum. So I'm just doubling the snare notes with double strokes, okay? So 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4, right? That's very slow. Okay, so that's a medium tempo. So I pretty much nailed that. So again, you can use any drum you want. I'm just using these two. I added in the low tom there on the right hand instead. Okay, so it was like, you know, whatever you want to do. You could bring the left hand over on the timbali, you know. That would be interesting to get it, go from this to this, right? You know, sky's the limit. You could hit it on the hi-hat if you want. You've already got the left foot going. You know, you could bring it up on the cymbals. Every time instead of the tom, you bring it up to the cymbal, but you got to hit it with the bass drum. Okay, that would be kind of cool to do. Instead of the right hand here, I put the right hand on the tom with the double stroke. So, you know, to do it clean, I could just do it on the ride cymbal. 2, 3, 4. See that? So it's literally 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 back into the groove. Okay? So it's really a one measure phrase. It's the same thing. You're using a couple 30-second notes in there to make the fill a little bit more fat, right? A little bit more fusion style. So let me pull this off a little bit up to speed. So for this speed, I want to know how fast I can do the fill because I'm using 30-second notes. So that's a good one, right? Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, so something like that. The second time through, I hit the duh of 4 as well. Again, I'm trying this on the spot. I'm showing you guys, part of what I do is to show you that I come up with an idea and I want to practice it on live camera, right? I noodled around with this for about 5 minutes before I hit play. And that's the hallmark of what I'm trying to show everybody here, is that it's not going to be perfect. So I'm in the ballpark though, right? It was very close. But I know that I hit the duh of 4 on that second time through, second or third time through, right? So I'd have to rewind the tape and see exactly which one, but I think it's the second and third time through that I, instead of just the duh of 2, I went also to the duh of 4, okay? So, which isn't a terrible thing. It sounds kind of cool, but it's not exactly what I wanted to do, right? So I'm going to try it one more time on live camera. I think that tempo was good. And we'll try to get it. 1, 2. Okay, so the first time through I missed the dove too, you see that? But I know I did it, and so the next time maybe I can get it perfect. But it's kind of interesting, drum fill and drum groove, right? So again, you could even do this where you're playing 3 ands, separate ands, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and then, you know, so it's really a polyrhythmic thing. Let me try to get that going. 1, 2, 3, 4. That sounds very weird. The same groove underneath, but now instead of just 2 cymbals, I'm doing 3, which is polyrhythmic, right? It kind of accents the maybe the 2/3, right? So 1 and 2 and 3 and then it starts up again, but now on the and of 4. Okay, so it's like a displaced 2/3. So that's it. Try it out and see what you come up with. I'd love to hear comments. Post a comment and tell me how useful this is or not. Tell me what you're practicing, what other ideas you come up with, and any questions or comments. Please share this video as well, and I hope you liked it. Take care.